Alright, now we're doing 7Q. Give a shout to your friend walking towards you. This is by Rakshit Kumar, and 84% of the people like it. So we're walking on the sidewalk, and we notice our friend is also walking on the sidewalk. We need to give a shout to our friend in order to grab their attention. We're going to write the function madShout that takes a string input sidewalk to calculate the shout string and return it. The shout phrase is oi f, but depending on the distance between our friend, the word expands. So you see here we've got Y and F, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces in between it. So since in the example the difference between the friend is 6, so they're counting the Y, excuse me, the F as well. So F's index is 15 and Y's index is 9, so 15 minus 9 is 6, and then minus the 1 for 5 in between them. So we're going to have oi with 2 i's added to it, f. So basically, from what I can gather from it, we're going to have this number minus 1 divided by 2 and then round that down, and that's how many i's we're going to add to it. So like this one, 4 minus 1 divided by 2 is 1.5. Rounded down is just 1. This one's 0 because it's just 2 divided by 2. And then 9 divided by 2, which would be 8 divided by 2. Alright, that's 4. And then 20, which is 19, divided by 2, which would be 9.5. Rounded down, and there's 9 i's. Alright? So basically what we're going to do, we're going to start off by saying let y equal 0. And then we're going to say let f equal 0. These are going to be the counts for y and for f. So we're going to say down here, for let I equal 0, while I is less than sidewalk.length, we're going to say I++. And then down here we're going to say if sidewalk at I equals y, capital Y, we're going to say lowercase y equals I. And then else if, and then we're going to say if sidewalk at I equals capital F, lowercase f equals I. Alright, so let's do a console.log y, console.log f. Alright, just to see what we got going on right now. And we've got 26 and 17. Alright, so we're going to subtract this one from this one, minus 1, and then divide it by 2. So we're going to say down here, let's get rid of these console.logs, we know they work. We're going to say right here, let number equal, and then we're going to also round it down. So we'll use this Math.floor static method, which always rounds down and returns the largest integer less than or equal to the given number. So we just put Math.floor and then whatever number inside there. So we're going to say Math.floor. Inside there we're going to say y minus f minus 1, wrap that in parentheses, and then divide that by 2. Alright, let's do a console.log number, console.log number, just to make sure we got something going on. -5, that's not good enough. How about we change this around to y minus, excuse me, f minus y. Let's test that out. Alright, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks good. So now let's convert this number into string of i's. So we're going to come down here, we'll say comma after this number and say string equals empty string. And then we'll do a while loop after this. So we'll say while number is greater than 0, what we're going to do is say string plus equals lowercase I like that, and then we're also going to say number minus minus. Alright, now let's see what string looks like. Console.log string, Test that out. All right, so now we got the 4 eyes. Now all we got to do is add it to it. So we're going to use template literal on this one. We're going to say return, and then we're going to use the backtick characters, which is to the right, excuse me, to the left of the 1 and right above the tab key. And let's come over to the template literals just in case you don't know. Template literals are literals delimited with backtick characters, allowing for multi-line strings, string interpolation with embedded expression, that's what we're going to use it for, and special constructs called tag templates, which I don't know what that means. So basically we're going to put inside these backticks, we're going to put the string text, and then we're going to put one of these embedded expressions, which is a $sign followed by curly braces followed by some expression, and the expression we're going to use is the string variable we've got, and then some more string text. So we have the backticks right there. We're going to say oi, and then we're going to do the $sign and the curly braces, and we're going to put in there string, all right? And then we're going to say space, capital F, and an exclamation point, all right? And this should take care of business. Let's test it out. And it does, just like that. And let's attempt it. And there we go, just like that. And it's, I don't know how slow it is. This one goes down forever. And that's cool, whatever. But we can do this in one line. That's a lot of typing. I wouldn't say convoluted. It's convoluted, but it can be a lot shorter. So let's make this concise syntax by saying const mad shout equals sidewalk. Let's take out these parentheses, and the rest of this stuff let's turn into space arrow like that. We'll do a console.log down here. Now, we don't even need to do a console.log really, because we're just going to have another template literal like this. Let's do the backticks right here. And inside here, let's do the oi. Let's do the $sign and the curly braces, the space, the capital F, and the exclamation point. So inside here, for the expression, what we're going to use is... actually, let's do a console.log anyway. We'll just comment this out because we're going to use it in a little bit. Let's do a console.log so we can test while we go. So what we're going to use here is we're going to use the repeat method so we can repeat all those I's. So if you don't know about the repeat method, basically it constructs and returns a new string which contains the specified number of copies of the string on which it was called, concatenated together. So basically we have string.repeat and then the count. So we're going to have as the string I, like this, dot repeat, and we're going to have the count. And so the count is going to be that thing that we did earlier. We're going to have the index of f minus the index of y minus 1 divided by 2. So to get the index in the index of f and y real quick, we're going to use this index of method, which returns the first index at which a given element can be found in an array, or -1 if not present. It's always going to be present because it says so. So what we're going to do here is say dot repeat sidewalk dot index of, whoops, index of, and then we're going to have it look for capital F. All right. And right now, let's just test it out just to see. All right, and now it does that many, which is whatever index capital F's at. So now let's say minus sidewalk dot index of, and let's say capital Y. All right, and we already know what that's going to do. And then we'll also say -1. And then let's wrap this whole thing in parentheses. All right. And let's divide it by 2. And now let's test it out. And just like that, we've got pretty much all the I's we need. All right. So let's get rid of these right here. Let's take this right here, slap it down into here. Like thus. Let's get rid of this. Do a little tab action. And let's test it out. And look at that. And attempt it. And wouldn't you know it? All right, and submit it. All right, and you see right here, pretty much they use the match method, which has some regex. They're looking for capital I with the hyphen, and then however many, this little star means match every hyphen until it gets to F, and then whatever that number at 0 is, dot length. Well, we'd have to go through this to see exactly what the number at 0 is, but basically you see it's the same thing. You see this is pretty much the same thing we just did right here, except for not in the template literal mode. And then this is the same thing up here, and it just keeps going back and forth all the way down. Let's go over here to mine. Just me on this one. Best practice in my opinion. Very much like it, and we'll see you next time.